In an apparent attempt to appease critics from across the world, Cambodia has agreed to grant a royal pardon to opposition leader Sam Rainsy to return from exile on Friday. Mr Rainsy's 11-year jail sentence for accusations he contends were politically motivated was scrapped ahead of next week's election. The opposition says it's a major boost to its campaign, but the odds are still stacked against it. The ruling CPP is popular among rural farmers and the poor, and there are allegations the elections won't be free or fair. Mi Sukur is a key member of Sam Rainsy's opposition party. Ms Sukur, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Opposition leader Sam Rainsy has now been pardoned and will be able to return to Cambodia to contest the election. What difference, though, will that make to the opposition's chances come polling day?
As you know, Mr. Sam Rainsy has struggled for democracy in Cambodia, for justice for the people of Cambodia for over 20 years. And he is the main contender. He is the leader of the people, the choice of the people. And that was one of the reasons why Mr. Hun Sen, the Prime Minister of Cambodia, who has been Prime Minister for almost 34 years, had tried to push him away. So having Mr. Rainsy here to campaign with us, yes, it is a plus for us, but he will only have 1 week to campaign with us, and his name is not going to be on the candidate list, and that is another challenge, many challenges to remain, to be addressed, although the entire nation is anxiously waiting for the return of our hero.
As you suggest, the deck is very much stacked against the opposition. In such circumstances, realistically, just how well can you do?
We fight the circumstances. However, there is a huge grassroots movement. I just came back from the grassroots, the villages, the remote villages, every market in the area. We have every day a rally of hundreds and thousands of people throughout the country. These are young people inspired by a change, and the word today in Cambodia, wherever you go, no matter how small the village is, the word is pdo, pdo, pdo. Pdo means change, change, change.
You have called this the Cambodia spring election, but it is a bit different, is it not? There have not been the mass uprisings that we saw in the Middle East during the Arab Spring, for example. It's not quite the same, is it?
Yes, it is a movement of the youth, inspired, pushed by the need for change. It has been bursting inside their hearts and inside their minds for a long time. There has not been this political opportunity. The election is the opportunity, the window of opportunity for the youth to express themselves. And this expression of hope, this expression for change is our Cambodia spring. That there will not be confrontation, there will not be violence, there will not be bloodshed. It is a spring, I think, that is giving a very strong signal to the power of the 34 years of the Prime Minister that don't even think about holding on to power, don't even think about using guns on the people.
You mentioned the difficulty the opposition's having in gaining access to conventional media, but what about social media? Is that proving successful as an alternative means of getting the message out? And do you think the government might get a bit of a surprise come polling day as a result?
Yes, the government is already surprised. How can you not be surprised if the youth by 4 o'clock every afternoon are blocking the major roads, the major streets in the cities? Like I am in the northwest of Cambodia, in Bat Tumbong, which has a small city. However, at 4 o'clock, by 4 o'clock, you have youth coming through these streets saying pro, pro, pro. And at the same time, what is very laughable is that you have the convoy of the rally of the ruling party with big cars, Range Rovers, even Hummers that cost over $200,000, $300,000, and their candidates are inside these luxury cars with their windows rolled up, and you can see that the rest of the people from the CPP, the ruling party rally, can't speak because they are hired, they are paid to rally.
If the elections do prove not to have been free and fair, should the US Congress proceed with its threat to end American aid to Cambodia, should other nations follow suit?
Yes. I think we have, and the international community has to be less generous if it is no change, if the opposition cannot make a difference at this election because the elections are not free and fair. And if you do not have free and fair elections, and the international community does not condemn that such a illegitimate results of the elections that do not represent the determination of the people, I think the international community has the obligation to come together and think about the quality of aid. This is not talking about mercy. This is talking about quality and responsibility and accountability of the international community as well.
And finally, what would be the consequences if Hun Sen did retain power after the election?
I think the consequences depend also on how many seats the opposition will get. And again, the international community has to speak together as a voice, come together as a voice, and give a very strong signal to Mr. Hun Sen that he cannot go back to China. China may be his choice, but it's not the choice of the people. It's not the choice for those who believe in democracy. I think Mr. Hun Sen will have a very clear wake-up call, because if we don't win these elections, our seats will increase to a point where Mr. Hun Sen will have to negotiate with us. And I hope that in his heart, and there are many good people in the CPP who believe also that Mr. Hun Sen's era should be coming to an end.
Mr. Kerr, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.